It goes without saying that the craziest villain in the DC Universe must also have the craziest woman by his side. Today I present to you my toy review of Joker's #1 lady, Harley Quinn, from the movie Suicide Squad. Although I thought the movie was just okay, I really enjoyed the character designs. When I found out that SH Figuarts were creating figures for them, I wanted to see how they would do it. So now that I got the first Suicide Squad figure from Figuarts, the main question is this figure a hot commodity, or is it just lukewarm, much like the movie? Let's find out in this toy review of SH Figuarts Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us once again on the D-Star01 channel. I'm your host Dexter Arafiles, and today we'll be looking at Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. Arguably, Harley Quinn was one of the most popular characters in the movie, so naturally Figuarts had to release her first. Upon first glance, I figured she would look good with a good Joker figure, as I thought, why not purchase her and let's see how good she is. So let's give her a look and let's see if it's worth your money. So let's get this out of the way right off the bat. Yes, she does have an interesting posterior and is unlike any figure I have in my collection. Although I find this quite strange, as this figure is quite curvy and the actual actress, to my knowledge, isn't as curvy as this figure. Therefore, her curviness is a little over-exaggerated. Just a little. Starting with her overall finish, she has a flat, matte finish all over her, and this makes the figure seem more real to life, as this figure gives a very cinematic look and feel. Even in parts that should be glossy, like her belt, jacket, and bracelets, all have a unique matte finish, therefore they don't stand out as much, and honestly, I have no problem with that. When it comes to her legs, you will notice that she is wearing fishnet stockings, and to my surprise it isn't a paint application, but part of the legs themselves, as it seems like it was part of the mold and can be physically felt. Therefore, her legs are just painted over with a light matte black to simulate the stocking look. Honestly, I am not sure if I like this look, as from afar it looks like they painted her legs black and it doesn't look good. But up close it looks better with these tiny details in the stockings. I can appreciate the tattoos on her legs, but according to my source pictures, she is actually missing a stomach tattoo, therefore her tattoos aren't totally accurate. Looking at her upper body, I really appreciate all the little details like the rips in her shirt and wrinkles in the jacket, as well as the graphic on the back. Speaking of the jacket, it can be removed like so, but sadly the arms do not match an unjacketed look. I wish she came with separate arms to accommodate the look of her with just a shirt, and that would have made this figure even more worth the purchase. Lastly, the face and hair are what really sell this figure, as the faces you get with her all look just like Margot Robbie, and it seems like she just jumped right out of the silver screen. This is due to the accurate details in her makeup and facial expressions, as you can see here. Overall, her paint and detail are quite good, and the little details really make this figure pop, even though it has some flaws. Okay, so here we are with the SH Figuarts Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad, and we're going to talk about articulation and scale. But before we do that, I just want to tell everyone that when I got this figure out of the box, it was extremely tight in the joints. I'm talking like really hard to move her. And that's a good thing and a bad thing. It was really tough, and I got really scared to move her because I was afraid I might break one of her joints, but gladly I didn't. After a while, she loosened up and she articulates a lot better. So now that I got that out of the way, let's talk about her scale. So let's see how tall she is. She is 5.5 inches, you can see on that. And let's compare her to the SH Figuarts Captain America. As you can see, they all scale pretty well. And last, the Mafex Batman from Batman v Superman. Again, scales really well. Okay, so let's talk about her articulation.
We got no toe articulation here, which is good. I don't mind that one bit. We have a ball joint here, and we have a ball joint here on her knee, and we got another ball joint here on her upper leg. And as you can see, really tight. Ooh, that sounds really painful. I don't like that too much. Even though she does have a lot of articulation points, she doesn't quite pose as well as I'd like. I mean, she's supposed to be like an acrobatic type woman, but not this figure. You can't really see, she can't even do a full side kick. Kind of disappointing, but where that sacrifices is all in the details. So, okay, back to articulation. We have a upper articulation here for her chest. She does have one here on the waist, but it's really tight, as you can see. I don't even know if that should be an articulation, but it does move. One more thing. There is let's see here, I don't know if you can see it, but right here is a butterfly joint. And she has a butterfly joint, but unfortunately, it's not as good as I thought it would be. But then again, no real human could totally wrap their arms around themselves. So this is pretty realistic, I have to say. So let's go to her arm. We have a ball joint here on her wrist, ball joint here on her elbow, covers up on the back from her jacket. We have the butterfly joint there, as I said before, and also the ball joint for her shoulder. And we have a ball joint here for her neck. We also have it's hidden by her put in what is this? Like necklace, I guess. And there's actually two articulations here. So she has a really good range of motion on her head. And last but not least, we have articulations here on her pigtails. I was hoping for a little bit more, but pretty much you're stuck with just up and down. That's pretty much it for that. So there you have it. There's the articulation and scale for the SH Figuarts Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. Oh, and she stands really well, to my surprise.
2 extra heads, 5 extra hands, baseball bat, and revolver pistol is what you get with this figure. Starting with the heads, it's nice to see you get 3 completely different heads for this figure instead of 1 head with interchangeable faces. The emotions she gives is a happy face, extremely happy face, and a neutral face. All are well sculpted and look just like the actress Margot Robbie, as you can see here, and is the best part of the figure. The bat is well detailed and is 2 parts and can be assembled onto her hand like so. At first I thought she could not hold the bat with 2 hands because the hand sculpts are really tight clenched and need to be worked a little out of the box to make it work. Yet I really appreciate it because she holds the bat tightly and she can hold the pose with the bat really well. Onto her revolver, it is really detailed and I love the gold tones that contrast the black, and the pistol hand holds it really well. Also, her jacket has a holster for the revolver, although it should be attached to her as she is wearing a shoulder holster. I can see why they did this, as the holster would be permanently attached to her body and would probably mess with the overall design. It may seem like you don't get much with this figure, but honestly, she doesn't need much, and therefore, I believe the accessories complete this figure.
So let's break down this figure by starting out with the negatives. The lack of tattoos, especially when you compare it to the actual real one. And also the range of motion on her isn't as good, considering that she has to be an acrobatic type person. But everything is sacrificed because of detail, and that's where the positives come in. I love that she looks just like the movie, and she just looks just like Margot Robbie. You can't really go wrong with that. Also, the 3 heads that don't have interchangeable faces, that's really nice. I just love that you can just switch it out. So, you know, it's hard to balance this figure, but I really do like it. So therefore, I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10 D stars. Thank you for watching. So I have a question for you. Did you enjoy Suicide Squad? Let's discuss in the comments below. Thanks for watching again. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and have a good one.
Hey you! Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Where? Right here. Not there, right here. You. And thanks for watching. So, rate, comment, and subscribe. Right here, right there, right here. Yeah.